How do you view young people today?
Um, Positively. Yeah, I think because I work in college, I see a lot of young people, and I see most of them are smart, intelligent. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, do you think that that's influenced by anything in the media?
Um, Probably all negative stuff, like yeah, Asbos and your Yobs and that, because they are always covered in media, probably unfairly, really, and people tend to tar young people with the same brush. So it's not really true, There's a lot of clever, intelligent young people around. So yeah, I think it is. I think all negative influences are from media. Yeah.
Uh, would you say that you're influenced by things that you see in the media?
Yeah, I think everyone is to some degree, because it's all over now, media, on internet and everything. So yeah, I'd say I was. Yeah.
By seeing these things in media, has it affected how you see yourself?
Probably. Yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah, probably. There's a lot about health and what you're meant to eat, what you can and can't eat. That's affected my own sort of diet, and then a lot of like fashion and stuff. It's influenced by what I see in media. Yeah,
And do you think these things have an impact on the future?
definitely. I think it'll only get more important because we're all around it even more, and I think we'll only get even more involved with media in that way. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Very cool. How do you view young people today?
Uh, how do I view young people? Young. I don't really know. It's a kind of a broad question, that.
Like behaviour-wise.
I don't know. I think everyone's different. You've got some kids that are good and some kids that are bad. It totally depends on how the parents bring them up. So I can't really say. I can't generalise all young people, I'm afraid. I think social media is taking over a little bit. But
Do you think that behaviour in young people is influenced by things such as social media, TV, radio, movies?
yeah, and computer games and things like that. There just seems to be like a lot of it. Whereas if you're out knocking about and having a laugh, you're not focusing on negative stuff. You're out having fun.
Would you say that you're influenced by things that you see in media, like TV and films? And
I try not to be, but everybody is, I think. But you've got to consciously try and not to be influenced by TV and media, because that's just what the man want you to, that's what they want you to do.
and do you think these things have got an impact on the future?
It could have, yeah. It could have. It's whether you live your authentic self and don't follow what they tell you to do. Just do what you think is right.
Thank you.
Accent.
How do you view young people today?
Well, there's future, aren't there? So yeah, it's important that young people, the part of future. So that's
Do you think that their behaviour is influenced by things like media and TV and radio and things?
definitely, definitely by media and newspapers and news, yeah.
Are you influenced by things you see in the media?
Yeah, to a certain degree, I suppose I am, yeah.
And by seeing these things, has it affected how you see yourself?
In certain things I do, and certain categories of stuff, yeah, definitely.
And do you think these things have an impact on the future?
Yeah, people will always follow people, so yeah.
Thank you. How do you view young people today?
Young people that we deal with, teenage bracket, and they can be quite rude. There's not very many that are polite. That's just from experience working in here.
Do you think that that's influenced by any media things like TV?
What they watch at the moment, I would say yes, very much so.
Would you say that you're influenced by things that you see on TV and in media?
Not really. We try and base ourselves for what's in store and people in store. So
By seeing these things in media, has it affected how you see yourself?
not really. We try. I say again, we try and base how we are on people in store and try and get away from people being rude and stuff like that. So.
Do you think these things, like way that they're behaving, have got an impact on the future?
Yeah. It's not like when we used to be younger, is it? It's completely changed. So.
Quite terrifying.
Yeah. I think it will get worse as it goes on.
They're growing up in a more violent,
Yeah.
surroundings than what we are. Yeah. Definitely.
There's a lot more media and like social networking in there to what we had. So yeah.
Thank you.
They're usually pleasant people, but you do get good and bad in both, as I've said.
Yeah. Do you think that behaviour is influenced by TV and music and films and things?
Definitely. I think it makes them a lot lazier. TVs, films, computer games.
Are you influenced by things that you see in the media?
No, I'm here to make money.
By seeing things like on TV and stuff, do you think it's affected how you see yourself?
No. I know who I am.
Do you think that these things have got an impact on the future?
Definitely a big style. Well, you've only got to look at young lasses with models that's out. You've got all this eating disorders and everything else. All your violence that's in your video games, that's going to have an aftermath on kids.
Thank you.
All right?
Yeah.
Right.
Action.
How do you view young people today?
Generally, I think they're quite courteous to a point. I know the next question, but I think they can be quite heavily influenced by popular culture. But I think that's probably always been the case. Yeah.
I can skip that question. Are you influenced by things that you see in media like TV and films and things?
Yeah, I think everyone is indirectly. I think anybody who says they're not is probably lying. I think if you perhaps see people dressing in a certain way, if you see somebody who looks stylish or fashionable, for instance, you'll pick up hints and tips and so on based on that.
By seeing things in media, has it affected how you see yourself?
Yes, definitely. I think a lot of news stories that you may see, for instance, will make you question your own views on things as well. So, yeah, I think it does make you question yourself, definitely.
Do you think these things have an impact in the future?
Yes, I do, because I think if current affairs, for instance, make people look at themselves in a certain way, it makes them think a little bit more about those things. So it will inevitably affect how they react in the future and act towards various events. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
How do you view young people today?
I believe quite a lot of young people actually find it quite difficult and hard for them. I think the majority of them are stereotyped. It is hard, like I say, it is hard for them, and there's good and bad in them all.
Do you think that it's influenced by like TV and media and radio and movies and things?
What do you mean?
Like how people perceive them? Yeah.
Definitely. Shouldn't do, but it does.
Are you influenced by the things you see in the media?
I would possibly say probably not. There may be sometimes maybe where I am, but I can't think of anything offhand, but I would say no.
I can't read your writing, man. By seeing things, in the media, has it affected how you see yourself?
It hasn't affected how I see myself, but I can understand how it can affect some people and what they do, what they buy and what they say, but for me, no, it hasn't.
And do you think that these perceptions have an impact on future?
I would say possibly yes. I think, let's say, I think media does have a big effect on what happens with people, but I think it comes down to whether you choose to let it affect you or not.
Thank you. I think that's it. How do you view young people today?
I see many young people. I work with age 16 plus, so quite comfortable being around young people.
Do you think that the behaviour is influenced by anything in the media, like TV and films?
Yes, I think particularly peer pressure using media, social networking, games, online gaming, films influence people a lot.
Would you say that you're influenced by things that you see in the media?
Yes, I mean adverts on television, holiday programmes, so yes, I can be influenced as to where I might want to visit.
By seeing these things, has it changed how you see yourself?
Not really.
Do you think that these views and effects... No, hang on, let me ask that one again. I've messed my words up. Do you think that these things have got an impact on the future?
Yes, because many years ago when we didn't have television, film, mobile phones, people weren't able to contact others as quickly, so yeah, there's been a huge impact.